This is Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in Los Angeles. Today, I am so excited to introduce you to our forerunner, a groundbreaker. She is breaking ground in LAUSD. Her name is Liz Hicks, Principal Liz Hicks. She is the founder and the principal of the Girls Academic Leadership Academy. Yes, there is an all-girls public high school in LAUSD at LA High. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
What
I'm
a
so
tremendous
happy to be here
conclusion
today.
to a dream.
Yeah, very much. It's
Tell
so
us
exciting.
about the launch of the Girls Academic Leadership Academy.
Well, we just started this year. We have 100 girls in 6th grade and 60 girls in 9th grade, and we're going to grow up by 2 grade levels between now and 2020. 2020 will be our first graduating class. We couldn't be more excited.
So it'll be 6, 7, 9, 10 next year, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 the year after, and then you'll be fully built out.
So, I mean, it's really aggressive growth pattern, but we're really excited.
So I want to ask you, before I get into the nitty-gritty of your school, how is it that there can be, legally, an all-girls public school? I feel as if I've heard rumblings that New York tried it and there were problems, but I'm sure you've looked at this.
Oh, yes, definitely. In fact, the New York school, the East Harlem Young Women's Leadership School, was one of our models for our school plan. They started 20 years ago, and yes, they had a lot of legal challenges. In fact, the last legal challenge was dismissed last year.
Okay.
And the reason that we were able to do it, and the reason that most single-gender schools are able to in the last couple of years, is there was an amendment to Title IX in 2006 that said,
Title IX is a federal law.
Federal law that said if there was an equal model for boys, then in the same district or same venue, that you could go ahead and have it.
And is there?
There is one starting next year. The Boys Academic Leadership Academy, our brother school, is starting on the campus of Washington High School next fall.
Fantastic.
So we're excited about that, and to have a brother school that we can do joint projects with.
And what about California law? Was that a hurdle you needed to leap over?
Well, it's interesting. It seems like it would have been a hurdle. We were applied for a waiver to the state, but the state basically came back to us and said, you know, in this era, we want local educational agencies to make more decisions about what models they want to provide. So luckily, you know, we were able to handle that, and LA Unified has been incredibly supportive, especially Michelle King and all the new superintendent, all the board members. We were unanimously voted in April of last year.
Yeah, your timing was smart, because we have the local control funding formula, which, like you said, it devolved power. We kind of eliminated the categoricals, and now we have local control over decisions like the one you've described. So I am sure there are parents, there are students watching, and they are wondering, wow, I would love to apply to this school, but then they say to themselves, do I apply? How does it work? How does it work?
It's really interesting, because in LA Unified, that typically there's the magnets. We're not a magnet school. We're a regular LAUSD school with a lot of special provisions. But so people apply on our website.
I see.
So galacademy.org is our website, and they go directly on and apply. We ask for the student to answer some questions, the parent to answer some questions, and we ask for a teacher recommendation.
Okay.
Once all those applications are in.
I want to interrupt. I didn't hear anything about grades or scores.
Right. We don't look at grades or scores. We're a public school, and we take every student that wants to come to us. Our biggest thing that we're looking for is, are you interested in science, technology, engineering, and math, and are you willing to do the rigor? Because our school is incredibly rigorous. It's college prep. Our 9th graders right now are taking AP biology.
Already?
They are already.
Wow.
And they're taking concurrent West LA college classes. So it's very, very rigorous.
Clearly.
And so they will take from 6th through 12th grade, they'll take math, they'll take science, and they'll take computer science. So you have to be interested in those areas.
Right, it's a STEM academy, essentially. College prep STEM academy.
Right, exactly.
Let's talk about all-girls education.
Okay.
I have 2 daughters I mentioned to you, and we looked at all-girls education, and we ultimately opted against for our own specific reasons, but we looked at some of these all-girls schools and how phenomenal are they? I mean, I get it, but I want you to kind of dig deep with us and explain why, for some girls, and many of them, an all-girls educational environment is advantageous.
Well, I think we really looked at our data in LA Unified, and what we found is that girls and boys were absolutely equal in math and science scores in elementary school. But as soon as they hit middle school, the girls' scores went down, and then when they got to high school, they went down even further.
I hate to say this, but you're right. I want you to be wrong, but you're right. I've looked at the same studies, and it's maddening.
Right, and then on top of that, the girls don't tend to take the more difficult AP classes. So advanced placement physics, you'll find very few girls. I'm not sure. I think that there's a bunch of things that go on in middle school and high school. I think part of it is just stereotyping and not having models of women that are in these careers. And so one of the things that we're doing is we're bringing in mentors. We've been really lucky that Senator Holly Mitchell has adopted our school.
Who represents the area we're sitting in right now.
Fantastic.
She's my senator.
And she has developing a STEM initiative, so she's bringing in women of color mostly that are in medicine and in computer science and engineering.
And it's interesting you say that. So when we visited some all-girls schools, I presumed that all the teachers would be girls.
Right.
But that's not necessarily the case. And I thought, well, wait, if it's an all-girls school, don't we want all-girl models?
What I looked for when I was hiring teachers was the best qualified teacher, and what I have ended up with is all women, which is...
Oh, you coincidentally have all women.
I have all women.
No men on
They're
campus.
all very, very accomplished and excellent teachers. The girls adore them. They're really, really involved with the students.
But as I understand it, the reason why the study suggests that a male teacher at an all-girls school is just fine is the issue is not the relationship between the teacher and the student in terms of girls getting into their shell in STEM. It's their colleagues.
Right.
It's the boys in the classroom.
Exactly. It's not the. I mean, what's great is though having these women role models.
No, I got that.
But that wasn't that wasn't part of the design at all. It just happened that way that they were just so highly qualified. But yeah, I agree. There's the real peer pressure from the other boys and then sometimes the other girls because they just have this model of. Number one, it's not cool to be smart, and then it's definitely not cool to be smart in math and science. So
tell me about your girls. I want to hear all about them. I want to meet them.
They are so amazing. So it's interesting. Our girls are coming from 61 different feeder schools in 49 zip codes. So all around Los Angeles.
Fantastic.
It's incredibly diverse economically, racially, religiously, geographically, obviously.
Sure.
And it's just this amazing mix of girls. And they are enthusiastic, creative, intelligent, fun. And they have a lot of fun in their classes.
But what about these ninth graders? Bio, AP,
it's
West
very
LA
intense,
College? I mean, did they realize what they were getting into?
I think they did. I think a lot of them have said to me, I was looking for a place to be challenged. I didn't feel challenged in my middle school. I didn't feel like I was surrounded by other students that were challenging me. And so now they're in an all-girls environment where they're challenging each other. There's some cooperation, but there's also what I call healthy competition, where they're really pushing each other to be the best people they can be and the best students they can be.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I am so happy for you and the 160 girls that are currently educated at the Girls Academic Leadership Academy. If you want your daughter to look at that school for next year, I'm sure you're accepting applications right now.
We're doing tours.
Right. She is Principal Liz Hicks. My name is Brad Pomerance. This is Charter Local Edition.